Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the only podcast in India where we bring a new founder on every episode to talk about their journey and the story of building a startup. And today we have with us Sameer Kanodia, who is the founder of Lumina Datamatics. Hi, Mr. Sameer. Welcome to ELI.
Hi Priya, thank you so much for the introduction.
To start with, Mr. Sameer, would love to hear from you about your introduction. I just briefly mentioned about you as a founder of Lumina, but if you can tell us a little more about yourself, about what are the things that you have done over the years, and that will set a context for our audience.
Sure. My name is Sameer Kanodia. I'm a second generation entrepreneur. So I'm not the founder, but second generation entrepreneur. I'm the managing director and CEO of Lumina Datamatics. I'm also the vice chairman and CEO of TNQTech.
Mhm.
I have been with the company, yes, it's a family business, but I've been employed for more than 30 years. So I've gone through various experiences over the last 30 years in the company.
Wow.
So Lumina Datamatics is in the world of content, and we cater to the international market. Our vision is to support global publishers and retailers through innovative content, data, and technology-driven solutions.
Mhm.
Our goal has always been to simplify complex workflows, enhance efficiency, and help our clients scale in a rapidly evolving digital world. Today, we are the largest content service provider in India. We have more than 7,000 employees. Our global offices are spread across USA, Europe, Philippines, and India. And our customers include 8 of the top 10 publishers. And we also cater to 3 of the 5 largest retailers worldwide.
Wow. These are fascinating facts. Uh, can you tell us a bit about the genesis of Lumina Datamatics? When it was started, what was the premise behind that? Was it always about content, or did you pivot along the way?
So we are we are part of the Datamax group of companies.
Mhm.
So Datamax Global Services is the parent company, and one of the divisions in that company was providing content services to the world of publishers and retailers. At some point in time, we thought let's make this into a niche company and expand that into the world of content. So we created Lumina Datamatics in 2014 by splitting it off from Datamatics Global Services and merging with Media Global.
Okay,
When these two entities merged, that created Lumina Datamatics.
understood.
Okay, and since then, of course, we've been growing in leaps and bounds. We have had multiple acquisitions. We've grown organically, inorganically. I see no reason why we can't continue growing going forward.
Understood. Could you also expand on by explaining how Lumina Datamatics operates as a business? What are the unique solutions that you offer to publishers, the retailers, and any examples of how these e-commerce platforms, for example, use your content in their day-to-day operations?
So at a macro level, Lumina Datamatics offers end-to-end solutions that incorporate people, process, and technology. We deliver editorial content and digital transformation services to publishers. We offer catalog management, competitive intelligence, image adaptation, data aggregation, and self-management services for e-commerce platforms. So our strength really lies in combining domain expertise at scale. We use automation and AI responsibly to gain efficiency. To make it a little more simplistic ways on the e-commerce side, the question you asked is that we help people use e-commerce site to enable them to buy products. So it's very easy for a customer to go onto a website and look at the product, look at the features, do a bit of product description, price matching, and so on and so forth, and enables them to make a more refined decision to purchase or not to purchase.
Understood. You spoke about AI-enabled content. I think the whole world of content services has been disrupted because of AI. AI has been disrupting every space of content, starting from text content to video content to audio content. everywhere there is AI, and the nature of content writing as a service has also changed. The content writers and content creators have become more of content editors and validators and supervisors because AI is doing a bulk of its work. So, can you tell us how has your business been changed or been disrupted because of AI?
So AI, of course, is a big buzzword right now, but technology by itself always evolves. Okay, it's never at a mature stage. So what's new today is obsolete tomorrow. AI will help us improve efficiency. It will help us improve productivity. It will lead to a lot of automation. Having said that, I don't think the human race should be worried about job insecurities. Okay, all said and done, you still need the human mind to validate what automation does.
Right.
And in the long run, finally, the whole AI, whole technology landscape improves productivity. So all the humans will have to, in some sense, or I won't say all the humans, but many of us will have to enhance our skill sets and move the value chain rather than being fearful of AI, what AI will do. It'll be disruptive in a positive manner, not in a negative manner.
Mhm. Understood. And I also understand you work at large volumes of content, and you manage large volumes of product catalogs and digital workflows. So it's a volume game. What are the key challenges that publishers and e-commerce platforms face in managing these large volume of content? And why do they come to you? Because I'm understanding sometime at some point it goes outside of their expertise, and they hire experts to do that. So can you give some examples around that?
So the key challenge the reason that they outsource, or in terms of the question that you asked, uh, what are the challenges publishers and e-commerce face? The key challenge really includes maintaining accuracy and consistency across large data sets, managing and collaborating with disparate teams, and ensuring fast turnaround times. The e-commerce platforms as well as publishers will face increasing pressure to adopt AI, to adapt technology, to personalize things, to do things at scale, to do things faster, cheaper, and better. So the real key thing out here is the use of technology.
Understood. And also, I understand it has to be a way more integrated. So everything is linked to other pieces of blocks in the whole chain. So can you tell us how does Lumina Datamatics help bridge gaps in content creation, catalog management, and back-end operations for publishers and online retailers?
So some of it is we provide end-to-end solution, and some of it, of course, we are in some sense have to collaborate with the other suppliers as well. So when you give the work back to the customer, we in some sense integrate the whole thing. So integration has never been a challenge. It's always been smooth. There's not been any concerns from that side.
And in e-commerce specifically, how does Lumina assist in product data standardization? I think that's one challenge. Enrichment and ensuring the content consistency is there across all the platforms. So I think that's what e-commerce companies are struggling with right now.
Yeah, so that's not so much of a challenge. The customers, by and large, give us specific, uh, uh, they define how they want the work to be done. We train our people in the desired skills required, and the customer gets what they really need from a time to time basis. So there's no concerns towards getting data in a totally different format, if that's the question. It is fairly standardized. Of course, every customer has a different requirement, but by and large, there's no concerns.
Okay. And one follow-up around that would be how is Lumina helping clients to improve their efficiency of content production and making it reliable by reducing errors or
Well, again, that boils to two things. Boils to use of technology, so you will remain efficient and remain accurate, and it also boils down to the fact that you train people constantly to meeting customer requirements. Each customer has got a different requirement. As long as they're paying them for the specific project or for the specific task, normally there's no concerns.
Understood. If we can go a little deep into how you use AI, can you share how automation or AI and data-driven workflows are sort of transforming your workflows for when you are working with publishers or e-commerce backend processes?
So can you just rephrase the question again?
So just trying to understand how is Lumina helping clients improve operational efficiency? So that's you something you have already answered, but
Yeah.
to AI, the other question is how automation is in place, how data-driven workflows are transforming publishing and e-commerce backend processes.
So technology has always been in place. We've been a tech company for the last 50 years. The Datamatics Group is a 50-year-old organization. So we've always ridden on the back of technology, more towards automation and so on and so forth. So there's never been an issue towards integration of our services to customer requirements or the way customer uses that in any which way.
Mhm. And what are you working on around innovations? Like what innovations and expansions is Lumina planning for next year in terms of content services or e-commerce services?
Well, the world of content is large. The world of e-commerce is extremely large. We will continue growing through organic routes as well as inorganic routes. We will constantly invest in technology, and we will all constantly look at suitable opportunities for M&As to grow exponentially. As I said, we are the largest player in India today, and we are the third largest player in the world.
Gotcha. And these days, one big concern is coming around data security because a lot of the work that is happening is using LLMs and AI. And when you try to do that, you are sending data outside your premises, and by doing that, the data sometimes gets compromised. How does Lumina ensure data security, quality, and compliance in large scale settings? For example, publishers or e-commerce operations that operating at a large scale. How do you ensure data security is in place, compliance is in place?
So, as an organization, we are an ISO 9000 certified organization. So, we do have processes in place, a documentation in place. We are GDPR compliant. All the work that customers send us, they send us to a secured network. So there's no concern towards loss of data or theft of data, if that's a concern to customers, either in the publishing world or e-commerce world. So there's never been a concern so far that we have faced so far in this case.
Mhm. All right. And finally, what advice would you give to emerging tech entrepreneurs who are looking to leverage AI, automation, and content operations in publishing?
Well, technology, AI, call it whatever you like, has always been the backbone of efficiency and quality. So technology will constantly evolve. It will never mature. We will have to keep pace with that. Okay, so initially you had various technologies doing various things, but sooner than later each of them gets obsolete until the new one comes out. ChatGPT is a fantastic example. It in many ways gives you a lot more information than the previous search engine. But today everybody's talking about AI. I think it is equally important to use AI in a responsible manner. It is only natural to have fears that we use AI will lead to unemployment. But in my honest opinion, AI will lead to better productivity, force all of us to upgrade our skills, and hence all of us, I think, will move up the value chain. So I don't think there should be any concerns or insecurities regarding jobs. So the use of technology will only help us grow the global economy. I don't think there should be any fears towards unemployment whatsoever.
Understood. Like,
Long term will only be positive. It won't be negative.
so AI is going to create more jobs and more expertises will be required going forward.
Well, if I can use a classic example that a common man will understand, when you thought Uber and Ola come, the taxis will disappear. Fact of matter is not. They were only added to the ecosystem.
Mm.
And similarly, before, I mean, of course, earlier they were all hotels, but now there came an Airbnbs and all these things have come up. They only added to the ecosystem. They've not eliminated something else. So there are insecurities, there are fears, but in the long run, I don't think this is a concern.
Understood. But what will happen to the content work streams that are there? For example, we are seeing movie production houses are now completely relying on AI. So people who were involved in production design and cameraman, so uh, the requirements will reduce, the number of manpowers will reduce. Don't you think that that's a disruption? That's just one example of how AI is disrupting things.
It can be depends how you look at it. It can be disruptive the way you look at it, but at the same time, it forces people to move up the value chain. So I don't think it'll eliminate. Yeah, of course, to some extent, it'll remove some employment, but it'll generate new employment.
Got it.
I mean, earlier, eons ago, generations ago, when people were commuting from point A to point B, they went by foot. Okay, then came the bullock cart, then came the buses and trains, then came the aeroplanes. So they've only added to the whole ecosystem. They've not eliminated anything else.
Understood. And you have been observing this whole chain of things happening in last 3 or 4 years since the LLMs came around. Initially, the text content got disrupted, then audio, then video. What do you think is going to happen in future? What are the new set of disruptions or new sort of innovations are around the corner as per you?
No, that's a good question. I don't have an answer to that question. That's $1 million question. The a lot of people predict that the human race will be working fewer hours in a week than normal. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they will only increase the work hours. I think the quality of life will go up. Nothing beyond that. I don't think it'll be disruptive in any sense.
Got it. And finally, before we end, I just have one last question. These are interesting times. We spoke about AI. We also spoke about the decades of experience that you have got as an entrepreneur. What do you think is happening to entrepreneurship in general? How would you advise the new entrepreneurs to approach on the process of entrepreneurship in today's day and age?
Well, I think it's good to be. In my opinion, one should get a few years of experience working in a corporate house of a call before branching out and becoming an entrepreneur. So at least you can learn and at least you can have a mentor before you go in your own direction. Of course, whenever you become an entrepreneur, there's a bit of risk involved. Okay, but no risk, no gain.
Right.
Okay, so as long as you take a calculative risk, and of course you'll have to in some ways uh, raise money, but as long as you don't overexpose yourself to unnecessary risks, I don't think there's too much of a concern.
Mhm.
So
Understood.
I would certainly encourage people to be entrepreneurs, but do things in a meaningful manner, do things in a calculated manner. Don't overexpose yourself.
Gotcha. And just one follow-up question before we end. How have you seen the process of entrepreneurship change? For example, earlier, one entrepreneur would need land, labor, and capital. I think that's a most defined way of starting a new business. You need capital to start things. You need manpower to do your things. But now you have all of these things replaced by AI. You can have AI agents who can do your job. You can probably, instead of recruiting people, you can recruit AI agents and do your job. So the whole game is changing. How is the process of entrepreneurship 2025 and beyond is going to look like?
Oh, I know. I think that's going to be slightly over exaggerated. Yes, there will be use of technology. Yes, there will be automation. Yes, there will be a lot more outsourcing. But all said and done, with thanks to COVID, people are working remotely and whatever else. So there are good things also about it. The fact is that you don't necessarily need to have a huge office. You can get talent across the world. You
Mhm.
can get new ideas. You can take off from with a very small capital. So it's not as scary as you make it sound. That you need a lot of things or what's going to happen in the future. I don't think it's that bad.
Understood.
But of course, at the same time, you have to take a calculative risk, and let's not just do things for the heck of doing something.
Gotcha. But AI still is a big enabler, and anybody who wants to pursue entrepreneurship have to understand AI.
AI is an enabler, no doubt about that. I think it will make things far more efficient. I think it will add value to the entire ecosystem. How far it'll go, we'll see. It is still is not yet mature. It's still evolving. So I think we got a while to go before AI really takes over the world. There's a lot of investments required. Make no mistake about that. Don't think you can just take something and write some code and it'll automatically do something for us.
Mhm.
It won't happen that fast. Also, the human mind still has to validate what automation does.
Understood. Gotcha. So, on this note, we have arrived at the closure of the session. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Sameer. It was a pleasure to have you on our platform, and our best wishes for Lumina Datamatics.
Thank you, Priya.